والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. We are still discussing the chapter of Friday, Yawm al-Jum'ah, and the rules related to the khutbah. عن جابر بن عبد الله رضي الله عنه قال جاء رجل والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يخطب الناس يوم الجمعة. Jabir said, a man came while the Prophet ﷺ was giving khutbah on Friday. The Prophet ﷺ was delivering the khutbah on Friday. A man walked in. فقال أصليت يا فلان. He said, have you prayed the 2 rak'ah of Tahiyatul Masjid? قال لا. قال قم فاركع ركعتين. وفي رواية فصلي ركعتين. So he said, stand up and pray 2 rak'ah. رواه Muslim. So this hadith, we learn the importance of praying Tahiyatul Masjid. When you come to the masjid, you should not sit without praying Tahiyatul Masjid. So the ulama, they have differed on the ruling of sitting while the khutbah is going on, praying while the khutbah is going on. اختلف العلماء في من دخل المسجد والخطيب يخطب هل يصلي تحية المسجد أو يجلس. Imam al-Shafi'i, Imam Ahmad, and many of the Sahaba, they said that the person, when you walk in, you pray even if the khutbah is going on. Because Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِذَا جَاءَ أَحَدُكُمْ يَوْمَ الْجُمْعَةِ وَالْإِمَامِ يَخْطُبْ فَلْيَرْكَعْ رَكَعَتَيْنِ. And the hadith is in Bukhari. When one of you come on Friday while the Imam is delivering the khutbah, he should pray 2 rak'ah. Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah and Imam Malik rahimahullah, they said أنه يجلس ولا يصلي. He should sit without praying, because the other hadith says إذا قلت لصاحبك أنصت يوم الجمعة فقد لغوت. If you say to the person sitting next to you, be quiet, then you have committed laghu, useless talk. So they mentioned this hadith, but the correct madhab is that the Prophet ﷺ, his instruction is very clear. If you come to the masjid while the khutbah is going on, you don't sit without praying 2 rak'ah. So you do 2 rak'ah, then you listen to the khutbah. So the lesson we learn from this, مشروعية خطبتي الجمعة وأن هذا من شعارها الذي يلزم الإتيان بها. So from this hadith we learn the 2 khutbah of Friday, they are the sunnah. And some ulama, they say it's wajib. And it is from the symbols of the religion that we must do the 2 khutbah before salah. استحباب ركعة تحية المسجد وتأكيدها. From this hadith we learn the importance of Tahiyatul Masjid, greeting the masjid, and it is highly emphasized. Imam Shafi'i said it's wajib. When you walk into the masjid, you must pray Tahiyatul Masjid before you sit. لأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أمر بالإتيان بها حتى في هذه الحال. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he commanded the person to do it after he sat down. So he has to correct him. أن الجلوس الخفيف لا يذهب وقتها وسنيتها. So if someone sits for a little bit and you get up and pray, that sitting will not invalidate the sunnah of Tahiyatul Masjid. So if you talking to your friend and you sit for 1 minute or 1 second and then you get up to pray, then your sunnah Tahiyatul Masjid is valid. لأن الرجل جلس فأمره النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أن يقوم ويصلي. From this hadith we also learn جواز الكلام حال الخطبة للخطيب ومن يخاطبه. It is on Friday while the khutbah is going on, someone can talk to the imam, the person giving to the khutbah, and he can talk. So the only talking that's allowed is between the khatib, the person delivering the khutbah, and one of the listeners. So the people who are listening to the khutbah, they are not allowed to talk to each other, but one of them can talk to the imam, and the imam can talk to any of them. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to speak to a person. If he see a mistake, he will correct him, and the person will talk to him. So the only time talking during the khutbah is allowed is when the imam is talking to one person. But other than that, the khutbah is like salah. We cannot talk to each other. You can only talk to the imam, and the imam can talk to you. So al-khatib wa man yukhatibuh, these are the only two people who are allowed to talk. أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يسكت عن خطأ يراه في أي حال. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he will not remain silent when he sees mistakes. Whenever he saw a mistake, he will not remain silent. So we should all correct each other. When you see someone making mistake in his salah, you correct them with respect. You correct them, and they should not get offended. When someone corrects you, you should listen. And if you see the person doesn't know the hadith, then you tell them this is the sunnah. But whenever you see a mistake, you should kindly correct the person. ألا يزيد في الصلاة على ركعتين لأنه لا بد من الإنصات للخطيب. Also, when you're praying Tahiyatul Masjid, Sunnah, while the khutbah is going on, you should not pray more than two. You should not pray more than two, and you should hasten to finish it. You should be quicker, because you have to listen to the khutbah. Now the question is, Friday, when you come to the masjid, is there a regular sunnah qabliyah, like dhuhr? Dhuhr we have 4 rak'ah before dhuhr, 2 rak'ah after dhuhr. What about Friday? So the sunnah, the ulama, when they looked at the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they said Friday has no sunnah qabli. There's no regular sunnah before Friday. What Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do is, he will pray in his house, and then he will walk into the masjid, and then he start the khutbah without praying regular sunnah before Friday. Like dhuhr, he used to be very regular, 4 rak'ah before, 2 rak'ah after. Now on Friday, you have a general sunnah. So there's the sunnah of adhan. When the adhan is called, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you should pray between adhan and iqamah. Always, whenever there is adhan, you should pray. It's sunnah. This is called the sunnah of adhan. And also on Friday he said, if you take bath, you use perfume, you come early, and you pray as much as you can. فَلْيُصَلِّ مَا شَاءَ. You pray as much as you can, 8 rak'ah, 6 rak'ah, 20 rak'ah, as much as you want. If you come early, you should pray on Friday as much sunnah as you want. But there is no specific sunnah qabliyah on Friday. Sunnah qabliyah. What about after Friday? So the ulama, when they looked at the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, what he used to do is, he said, إذا صلى أحدكم الجمعة فليصلي بعدها أربعا. He said, when one of you pray Jummah, Friday, you should pray 4 afterwards. 4. And then Aisha, she said, he will come to his house and he will pray 2. So some ulama, they said, after Jummah he used to be regular on 6. 2 in his house, 4 in the masjid. Some ulama, they said, no, it was an action, his action, he will pray 2 in his house, and the statement says 4 in the masjid. So they said, if you are praying in the masjid, if you finish your Friday and you want to pray in the masjid, you should do 4 in the masjid. But if you are planning to go to your house, you should pray 2. You know, when you finish your Jummah, you go home, pray 2. So this is how they combine. One hadith says you should pray 4 after Jummah. Aisha, she said, the Prophet ﷺ used to come and pray 2 in his house. So the ulama, they disagreed how to reconcile this. Some they said, we only follow the statement. The statement says, pray 4. His action says, he used to pray 2 in the house. And then others, they said, no, we can combine this hadith by saying, if you pray in the masjid, you pray 4. If you pray in your house, you pray 2. Or if you want, you can make it 6. 4 in the masjid, 2 in the house. So this is how the ulama, they reconcile the hadith. But all of them, they agreed there is no regular sunnah of Friday before the Jummah. You can pray general sunnah. You can pray 8 rak'ah, 20 rak'ah, 40 rak'ah, whatever you can. The more sujood you make, the higher you go in Jannah. As Rasulullah ﷺ said to Rabi'ah, Rabi'ah was the servant of the Prophet ﷺ. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I want to be your neighbor in Jannah. I want to be your neighbor in Jannah. He said, أعني على نفسك بكثرة السجود. He said, help me to help you. Help me by making a lot of sujood. A lot of sujood means a lot of salah. You pray salah as much as you can and you go up and you will be the next door neighbor of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Jannatul Firdaus. So Friday is highly encouraged. If you come early, half an hour, 1 hour before Jummah, you pray as much as you want. But we should know that Friday has no regular prayer, regular sunnah before the salah, like Dhuhr. So Dhuhr we have 4 rak'ah before, but Friday is not specified. The next hadith, Abdullah bin Umar رضي الله عنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يخطب خطبتين وهو قائم يفصل بينهما بجلوس. Abdullah bin Umar, he said, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم used to give 2 khutbah while standing. وهو قائم يفصل بينهما, and he will separate the 2 khutbah by sitting. He will sit for a little bit. So this is how he used to do it. He will deliver the khutbah standing, and in between the khutbah he will sit for a little bit. So this is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillah, most of the masajid, most of us, we follow this sunnah. The lesson we learn from this, وجوب الخطبتين في الجمعة قبل الصلاة وأنهما شرطان لصحة الصلاة. So it is wajib to deliver a khutbah before the salah, and it is a condition, a requirement for the validity of the salah. You must fulfill this requirement. لم ينقل أنه صلاها بلا خطبة, because it has never been mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ prayed Jum'ah without khutbah. ولو كان جائزا لفعله ولو مرة. So if the Salatul-Jum'ah can be prayed without khutbah, Rasulullah ﷺ, he would have done it even once. لبيان الجواز. So Friday khutbah is wajib. To deliver the khutbah is wajib. استحباب قيام الخطيب في الخطبتين. Now, is it wajib to stand for the khutbah? Majority of the ulama, they said it is sunnah. Imam Shafi'i said وجوب القيام مع القدرة. If you are able to stand, you must deliver the khutbah standing. Imam Malik, Ahmad, Shafi'i, Abu Hanifa, they said it is sunnah. So if the imam is an old imam, a scholar, he is on a wheelchair, he can deliver the khutbah. It's sunnah. Standing, al-qiyam, is sunnah. استحباب الجلوس اليسير بين الخطبتين للفصل بينهما وأوجبه بعض العلماء. It is sunnah also to sit between the khutbahs, to separate them, to make separate khutbahs. بعض العلماء, some scholars, they say it's wajib. والجمهور على أنه سنة لا واجب. The Sahaba, قال الصحابة كان صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا خطب يوم الجمعة احمرت عيناه. The Sahaba, they said Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he delivers the khutbah, his eyes will become red, his face will become red, وعلى صوته, and his voice will be loud, واشتد غضبه, and he will become angry. He will become angry while he's delivering the khutbah. So this was the habit of the Prophet ﷺ. So to make people, to get the attention, his eyes is very red, his voice loud, his tone is anger. So people, they pay attention. وَكَانَ يَقْصُرُ الْخُطْبَةِ وَيُطِيلُ الصَّلَاةِ. And he will shorten the khutbah. The khutbah is only a few minutes, but the salah is long. And he said, "Inna min fiqh al-rajul." He said, from the comprehension of the person, the imam, قصر الخطبة وطول الصلاة. The khutbah should be very short, to the point, and the salah should be long. But now in our time we do the opposite. The khutbah is very long, half an hour. The salah is قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ قُلْ يَا الْكَافِرُونَ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. So it's the other way. The sunnah is that the khutbah should be very short. وَكَانَ يُشِيرُ بِالسَّبَابِ عِنْدَ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَدُعَائِهِ. And he will point his index finger whenever he mentions Allah. Whenever he makes dua, he will point his finger like this. وَكَانَ يَأْمُرُهُمْ بِالدُّنُوِّ وَالْإِنْصَاتِ. And he will ask the people to get closer and to be silent. So he will ask people at the back, move forward. وَيَنْهَى عَنْ تَخَطِّ رِقَابِ النَّاسِ. And he will forbid people from walking over the neck, the shoulders of the people. So if someone comes late, he will tell him, اجلس فقد آذيت وآنيت. He said, sit down, you have disturbed and you came late. So when you come late, you should not walk over the shoulders of the people. This is not allowed. And the people who come early, they should fill the gap. Because if there's a gap, the person who comes late, he wants to fill that gap and he is not allowed to walk over the people. وَكَانَ إِذَا فَرَقَ بِلَالْ مِنَ الْآذَانِ شَرَعَ صلى الله عليه وسلم في الخطبة. When Bilal finished the adhan, he will begin his khutbah. This is how he used to do it. So the khutbah is a very important khutbah, and the person who is doing, he is playing the role of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's an honor, it's a privilege, and the person who is doing should take it seriously, because you can guide people. You can guide so many people. They came from all walks of life, and you can guide them, you can remind them, you can bring them closer to Allah. So the imam has to put a lot of effort in preparing the khutbah. And the ulama, they said the khutbah has 5 requirements. First one is to say Alhamdulillah, praising Allah. Salatu ala Rasulillah. You send salam on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then you read ayat from the Quran, and then you give a message. And this message, the people have to see it as a reminder. The people, they should get the message. So the imam, the tone of the voice, the way he delivers, it should be effective, where it's reflected in his tone, in his face, in his attitude. If the voice is too low and the sound, and he's reading from the paper or from the, it doesn't come across as a khutbah. So the ulama, they said the khutbah should be seen as a khutbah. The people should see it. If you read one ayah and you sit, or your tone, or you're reading a page, like many Muslim masajid, you go to Muslim countries, for 20 years the imam is reading a kitab, and every month they have the khutbah they have the instructions. So the month of Safar, the month of Muharram, the month, you just go to your month, which month you are in. It's nothing to do with current issues, nothing to do with the people who are you talking to, nothing to do with daily life, nothing to do with guidance. So this is very wrong. The ulama, they say these are requirements. When they looked at the khutbah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these are 5 requirements, 5 etiquette. Number 1, alhamdu, praising Allah, salat ala nabi, reading an ayah from the Quran, a reminder, and then dua, the conclusion. So the reminder should be a message that has direct connection with the affair, with the current things, with what's happening around us, with the people sitting in front of us. So when we do that, then inshallah Allah will accept the khutbah and people will benefit from the khutbah. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من الآيات والذكر الحكيم. جزاكم الله.
I think if it have contradictions in Hanifi Mazhab,
Yeah.
he said no, you don't have to pray Tahiyatul Masjid. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he definitely said here,
Yes.
with your sitting,
Yes.
you have to pray.
Yes.
But he said no. So it is a contradiction.
So that's why the ulama, the scholars, they say sometimes you have instruction from the Prophet ﷺ and the Imam is going against this instruction. Why? Why would Imam Malik, he is the Imam of Ahl Medina, why would he go against this instruction? In Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, this hadith is authentic. Why would Imam Abu Hanifa go against? So there are many excuses why they do it. Number one, the hadith maybe the hadith didn't reach them because during their time Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim was not compiled. The authentic hadith was not compiled, and maybe they didn't. They had a different hadith or ayah. Like Imam Abu Hanifa said, وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا. He used this hadith. But all of them, they said, if my opinion is against the teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, throw out my teachings, my opinion. Throw out, فَضْرِبُوا قَوْلِ عَرْضَ الْحَائِطِ. They said, throw it on the wall. So once we know the hadith, we don't say, oh, we respect Imam Malik, Imam Abu Hanifa, but their madhab is wrong in this. So Imam Ahmad and Imam Shafi, they are the only one who said, you must pray, because this is the instruction. Yeah.
Brother, what is the correct way for people who are using the chair in the middle of the row? Could it be in line with the heels or in line with, because if they put it back, the person behind them,
no space.
So what is the correct way?
So if the chair should be, ideally it should be, the person should be in line with the chair should be behind the line, behind the saf, so the person can be in line. But now if you do that, you disturb the person next behind you.
What can we do?
So the best thing is the chair, you can come forward, and or you should sit on the corners of the masjid. So if someone is sitting on a chair, you should be on the corners, because you're breaking that line and it's not straight. So the best thing is the people who are sitting on the chairs, if they sit on the corners is the best.
Right, with the line, with
the chair can be on the line and they can come forward because you need it. There's a need, there's haja.
Of course.
Yeah, if there's haja, the rules are flexible.
I'm not worried about not behind. So if you put it behind,
you just yes.
So he should put it forward, yeah.
Yeah, he should
with
put forward with the line. Yes.
In this case, I see somebody, that it is correct or not. They are putting the chair while they are standing our backside. When they are going for
sujood, they bring forward.
They are taking it the front. In this case, they are not hurting
the person. But you're making a lot of movement. Harakat.
But you see, he's in need.
He's in need, Maybe that can be a solution. So it's just ijtihad. But because in the masjid we should have big space between the lines. But in this we don't have enough space.
So a long time ago, for example, did they used to use that strategy? When Rasul used to pray with the Sahaba, did they used to have that chair in the middle of the rows?
I don't know.
To be quite honest, I don't know exactly who come up with this idea.
No, because they used to be sick. Some Sahaba, they used to have marad. So they must have something sitting on the floor or.
In Egypt, they bought every single person who wants to sit at the very end of the mosque, so they can have 100 chairs, 200, but everybody sit at the back, so they can make their own lines and they sit.
MashaAllah.
Is that feasible or no? Can it be
but they will lose the ajr if someone comes early. The first line is the best. خير الصفوف أولها. So that they lose the ajr of first line.
And as nearer to the Imam.
Behind the Imam is the best. The first line.
I'm very sorry. I got sat in the chair. It was very difficult.
I know. It's not again.
Again,
They just want asking. Yeah.
again, it should be on the right hand side of the Imam.
Yeah.
They get Murazar.
People to be able to pray Jummah.
Jummah, so they disagreed. Imam Shafi'i, he said 40. Imam Malik, he said 3. 2 and the Imam. So there is no specific numbers. It's just ijtihad.
40 people.
40 people. 40 people, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi'i said. Yes, I mean.
You understand?
Sheikh, when we stand in the saf, some people put their toe in front, some people do. Which is the right? I think heel should be on the back.
Yeah.
No. The most important thing is the shoulders and the ankles, the heels.
Heel should be on
this is the right, this is the right,
So people say,
no. Some people they think is the tips of the toe.
Yeah.
So the most important thing, we should align our shoulders.
Come straight.
Yeah, our shoulders and al-Ka'bayn.
Common mistake, people. Don't put the heel on the line.
Yes.
It's the responsibility of Imam. He needs to remind us.
Exactly.
The Sunnah is the Imam should go line after line after line.
Yeah.
That's the Prophet ﷺ used to do that.
What is Sunnah? When Rasulullah ﷺ used to stand on the
Mimbar,
say Assalamu alaikum. Some of the khatib don't say salam. Which is right.
They should say salam.
They should say salam, then
start the khutbah.
In our Hounslow Masjid, they never say salam on the...
Maybe they say salam before the adhan.
Before the adhan, when they do Urdu lecture, they do assalamu alaikum and then start.
That's enough.
That is all.
Yeah, that's enough.
Thank you.
Alternatively, change the mosque.
You want to ask something? He wants to ask something.
Yes.
My question is the Sheikh is the because the الصفوف
نعم
ترى بعض المساجد الرجل